Well, good evening once again, all you Trojan fans. Tonight, on a showery evening here at UDA, the Trojans will play host to the Newport Buffaloes. And as you can see, the Trojans just getting set to enter the field of play here through the tunnel that the cheerleaders have made out here. The band has just performed their pregame show, and they did that in the rain, too. So tonight, the Trojans with a record of 2-5, which kind of reflects the record of Newport, who have a 5-2 record. So the Trojans will have their hands full tonight as they are led on by Lautenschlager tonight onto the playing field. Trojans have the enthusiasm. Now they can just get it up tonight and play some good football. We'll be awfully happy here to take home a victory. It has been raining and raining rather hard at times. Right now it seems to have slowed down maybe just a tad, but it has really been raining, and the field is going to be obviously one of those wet and muddy types of ball games. As you can see, that's the center part of the field out here around the 30-yard line of the from the north end of the field, or south end of the field rather, and so it's going to be just one of those kind of nights where it's going to be very difficult to hang on to the football, and both teams are going to have some problems, you can bet. The numbers we have are for both clubs tonight, so we ought to be able to figure out who some of these guys are. Out there for the Trojans as co-captains tonight, number 17 is Faust, number 3 is Savage, number 6 Nick Huffman. So the toss has been made, and the officials will want to get this game underway as soon as they can because the rain continues to fall. The Newport Buffaloes have won the toss, and they have taken the option for the second half, and so they will kick off to the Trojans, and the Trojans will go on offense first. Newport, of course, knowing that the Trojans have struggled on offense, are going to try to kick it deep and hold the Trojans back there. At the same time, the Trojans are going to try to get some kind of offense going tonight that will allow them to put some points on the board and move that ball around a little bit against these Trojans, or against these Newport Buffaloes. So we'll see what happens here in just a moment as we get set for tonight's opening kickoff. It'll be Savage going deep to receive the kick, and back there with him will be number 9, Steve Minnick. So they will be the deep receivers for UD, and Newport will be kicking off. We'll pick up all these guys as we go along, as the Newport Buffaloes standing in that wet spot out there. Going to get their white jerseys pretty much obliterated tonight, I'm afraid, as the rain continues to come down. So it looks like it'll be Todd Shipp teeing up the football, I believe it is. Yeah, number 19. You'll hear him a lot tonight as he is the QB on the team also. And we'll see what kind of a kicker he is. So blows, Newport breaks that kickoff huddle, and here it comes, the opening kick of tonight's ball game. Line drive kick coming over this way, caught there by Steve Minnick, and Steve at the 20, and he's up to the 25, still on his feet out around the 30-yard line. The ball maybe came loose in there, we'll see. Looks as though UD has the football, and perhaps it did not come loose. At any rate, Steve hung on to it, I guess, at the 30-yard line. So it'll be put in play right there. Upper Dauphin, 1st and 10 on their own 30-yard line. Trojans have Brian Faust at quarterback in the backfield. Behind him will be Nick Huffman, and then behind him the running back is Jimmy Savage. Shale is the tight end on the left side of the field. 2 flankers out on the near side. The passing game tonight will probably be a little erratic, you would think. Here is Nick Huffman. Nick's got about 2 to the 32-yard line before he's driven down in there by several of the Newport Buffaloes. Newport stole the ball that time, but the official would not allow it, and they're saying now that it's a gain of a long yard, be second down and just about 9. Spotting the ball. Well, no. Gain of 2, 2nd and 8. This time they'll split the backs in the backfield. Savage and Huffman split back there. Flankers out wide on both sides of the field as Faust looks them over. He'll pitch this one back to Savage. Jim cuts it upfield, got about a yard or so, and then he's going to go out of bounds after a gain of maybe 1. Not too much on that one. 64 for Justin Grabowski, or Grabowski or Yance, one of them, made the stop for the Buffaloes, and will bring up a gain of a long yard, maybe yard and a half. It'll bring up a 3rd down and 7. Laudenschlager and Hassinger both flank out on the near side of the field. End is in tight on the far side. That split backfield again for UD. Faust wants to throw over the middle. Fires one. It is complete here for Shell, and Shell's got it at the 50-yard line. Dave Shell on that slant-in pattern that they've used successfully many times this year, and not lately, however. I think in last week's ball game against Juniata, I don't know if they threw that pattern to Dave or not, but Dave can catch it if it's there, and it was there. Nice pass from Brian Faust to Dave Shell. Good for the 1st down out to the midfield stripe. It's laying right in front of us here at the ballpark, right on the 50-yard line. Center in there is Hunter again tonight. Doing a good job all year long for UD. 54 Kinch, handoff here for Savage, trying to turn the left side. He's got a couple of yards as he breaks it across the 40, down to the 35, and then knocked out of bounds at around the 35-yard line or so. We'll see where they spot it. Around the 30-yard line, I beg your pardon. So it's 1st and 10 UD on the 30-yard line of Newport. Nice run that time by Jim Savage, picking his way along the left sideline over there. Picked up 20 to the 30. UD with a 1st down. Same set in the backfield for Upper Dauphin on this 1st and 10 from the Newport 30. Faust wants to throw. He's looking. Fires one downfield. Man is out here. It is up in the air. No. Well, let's see. Oh. Intended for Sean Laudenschlager, and Sean knows he should have had that one. That was 6. Well, good effort, though. A nice pass, and Sean was there. Just couldn't handle that slippery ball, and it goes as a 2nd down and 10. A tough break that time for the Trojans. The man was out there, but just couldn't grab that one and pull it in. So, 2nd and 10 from the Newport 30-yard line. Would have been nice to see the Trojans hit on that one, but we'll try it again. Here's Savage again with it. Jim going to try to pick his way over the left side now as he needs a block. Gets away from one. Jim to the 20, to the 15, to the 10, down to the 5, and out of bounds at about the 2 or 3. Excellent run that time by Jim Savage, who was stopped trying to go over the left side and then decided to reverse it. Comes back this way. Probably got 1 or 2 good blocks. Couldn't figure out who the guys were, but at any rate, then when he broke that ankle tackle out of around the 25-yard line, he was free to go all the way down to the 2 or 3. Make it to 3. It'll be 1st and goal for the Trojans from the 3-yard line. Hey, I like the opening moments of this one. Backs again split in the backfield. Handoff this time is to Nick Savage, or Nick Huffman, and Nick goes down to maybe the 1 or 2, couple of yards shy, I believe Nick is. A couple of tough yards in there now. Rob Bueller, 70 in the front of that UD line, along with that 54 Kinch. And also over there, let's see who we got in there now. 67 Cummins playing again tonight at the left guard spot. 58 Knoll for UD. 2nd and goal. This time it's going to be Huffman again, and Nick is in, I think. Yes, he is. Linesman comes rushing in here saying he is in there. So Nick Huffman, and a good series and a good drive. Nick dives in there from about a yard or 2 out, probably 2 yards out, and Nick's got 6. In fact, that's Nick's number. No, Nick is 6. All right. 6 for number 6 out there, Nick Huffman. UD scores with 9:14 remaining here in the first period. It's 6-0 Upper Dauphin, so by gosh, they're not going to get shut out tonight. Trojans coming off a ball game that everybody thought they might win, with the possible exception being the fact that they had lost several ball players last week due to an accident. So up at Juniata, it didn't do so well, scoring 14 points in the final period. Here's the extra point try. Pass incomplete, blocked and knocked down in there by number 30 for Newport. But the Trojans have scored at least first tonight. It is 6-0, and Newport will get the ball back in just a second. Jim Savage has the ball teed up now as he gets ready to kick off for UD. And Jim's going to place the ball back 5 yards. He had put it on the 45-yard line, which would have been all right. I don't know if Jim discovered that it was placed wrong or what, but the official was out there letting him set it up there. So anyway, here comes his kick. It's a decent kick down the left side over there. Going to be taken at the 17-yard line. To the 20 goes, 25-30 up to the 35 and all the way out to the 37-yard line before Nick Huffman makes a good stop on him out there. So it is 1st and 10 for the Newport Buffaloes at their 37-yard line of Newport. Now the Trojans played great offense that series. Let's see if we can play some defense. Number 24, Kenny the Bammer Bats in there for UDA on the defense end of things. Todd Shipp will send a man in motion. He's going to hand this one off. Over the left side, or right side he goes. That's at number 40, Rusty Bentz, and he gets about 6 out to the 43-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and 4. 2nd down and 4. Bentz is number 40. He's in the backfield for the Newport Buffaloes. Shipp sends 20 in motion. Todd hands it off. 40's got it again. That's at Bentz again. And this will be pretty close to the 1st down. It might even require a measurement. It is darn close. Wait till I see where they spot this one. Going to spot it right there, and well, I guess they are. Wait a minute. Yeah, it is a 1st down, but you know the guys with the sticks started to move the sticks before the ref ever signaled it was a 1st down. But nevertheless, it would have been close, and I think he probably had it, but rather close. Number 20 in there is Ben Kramer. He lines up in the slot on the near side of the field. They go to an I formation in the backfield this time, do those Newport Buffaloes. And Shipp, this time the handoff again to Bentz. And Bentz bounces ahead for several yards across the 50-yard line to the 47-yard line rather. Gain of 5. It'll be 2nd down and 5. Nick Huffman checking out of the ball game for UDA. Of course, most of these kids playing both ways now in the Trojan defense. Digging in on a 2nd down and 5. This time it's going to be number 28, the tailback in there. That's Yance, Kyle Yance. And Kyle Yance takes it down to the 44-yard line, where it'll be 3rd down and about a long yard. 3rd down and 1. Shipp decides to keep this one, and he's got the 1st down and then some as he's grabbed from behind by Robbie Bueller, I think it was. No, it was 71 Hunter and number 28 Keeney there on the stop. Robbie Bueller, or Hunter had him, and he was dragged forward was Hunter for till he got a little help out there to make the stop on Todd Shipp. Another 1st down, so this game could be just a game of offense tonight. As long as UD maintains the lead, we don't care. Here's the Shipper, sending a man in motion. Shipp to pass for the 1st time. Fires one down his way. Man is out here. It's complete at the 10. Touchdown. So he throws himself a touchdown pass of about 40-some-odd yards, and that makes the score 6-6. Todd Shipp with a fine pass that time to that young fella. And 22 out there, I believe it was, that Jordan Wallace. And he made the catch and tied up the ball game 6-6. Now we'll have the extra point try, and it looks as though Todd Shipp also kicks the extra points. Placeman's down, the kick is up, and the kick is good. So Shipp gives the Newport Buffaloes a 7-6 lead now, as the Trojans will go back on offense here in just a moment. Played almost half of the 1st quarter, and we've got 13 points scored, and the visiting Buffaloes have 7, UDA 6. 6:21 remaining here in quarter number 1. Shipp got her teed up again here for his Newport Buffaloes now, as the Trojans will Again, get the football back here. Rain continues to come down, light but steady. Playing in a light, steady rain here. Here's the kick. It is a low kick this time. Going to be, well, bounces off the feet of Savage. He'll pick it up at the 15, the 20, the 25. Now he's going to break it out to the outside. Savage at the 40, the 45, the 50. Needs a couple of blocks out here, and he's going to be dragged out of bounds out here at the 41. So a fine run back that time again by Jim Savage this time with an exciting run all the way down to the 43-yard line before the Newport Buffaloes were able to corral him and stop what might have been a kickoff scoring touchdown, as Jim had the motor going that time and just got bumped out of bounds at the 42-yard line of Newport. The Trojans ready to go again. This time they get out of that I backfield formation now, and they split the back. Savage and Huffman split in the backfield. Huffman with the call. Up the middle he goes, and Nick gets to the 40-yard line. Gain of about a yard. It'll be second down and 9. Good to see Joel Miller back, 57, in the Trojan lineup tonight. He was one of the fellows that were missing last week with that automobile accident injury. So Joel is back. I don't know if he's out there right at the moment, but here's a handoff to Savage, 40, 35, and down to the 34-yard line goes Jim that time. Gain of about 6 on the play. It'll bring up a third down and a long 2. Third and 3 make it. All right. Good gain on the play to the 34. Third and 3 coming up for UD. Yeah, Miller's in there. Joel Miller. Over there on that left side, I believe he is. Handoff to Savage, and Jim this time tries to get up the middle with it. Spins off the left side. He's going to be tackled from behind as number 44 out there for Newport brings him down. And that's going to be short of the first down marker by about 2, a little bit less than 2 maybe, but 4th and 2. And the ball now at the 33-yard line of Newport. And the Trojans will go for it, of course. What the heck? Nothing to lose. Fellow that I thought in there, that's Cummins, 67 in there, that I thought was 57 Miller. But I know Miller was out there. I think I saw him. Yeah, he's standing on the sideline right now. So here's a big 4th and 2 play. Savage with it over the left side. Not going to make it this time as they gang up on Jim. Number 44 and 40 Bentz out there. Rusty Bentz coming up to make the stop. And so that'll turn the ball over now as the Trojans sputter here at the 35-yard line, where Newport will take over 1st and 10. We've got exactly 4 minutes remaining here in the first quarter. Cummins coming off the field for UD.
Newport has the ball,
1st and 10 from the 35 for the Newport Buffaloes as Todd Shipp goes back to work again here. Sends a man in motion. The man in motion's got the football, cuts it up the middle here, and he's got about 6 yards out to the 41 or maybe 42-yard line. That's that number 20, Ben Kramer, with the carry. Picked up 7, will be 2nd and 3. 2nd and 3 for Newport. Shipp throwing again. Again dumps one back out here. It is going to be knocked down nicely. Oh, they're going to throw a flag on Dave Schell. Dave is going to be flagged for interference that time. Looked like Dave got a hand in there and knocked it down, but the officials saw it differently. And they're going to call pass interference on Dave that time. And that's going to give the Newport Buffaloes a 1st down. And let's see where they mark it from. The line of scrimmage, I believe, is where it gets marked off from. Yep, it will. And that's going to take the ball down to the Trojan about 43-yard line or something like that, I believe. I think it's a 15, but we'll see.
pass interference is called on the Trojan.
Yeah, down to the 43-yard line of UD.
3-yard line.
And Newport 1st and 10. 1st and 10 for the Buffaloes on the Trojan 43. Ship hands this one off to Kramer. Kramer around the left side, or maybe that's not Kramer. And he's going to be thrown out of bounds here as Bo Hassinger comes up and knocks him down out of there. And that was number 20, Ben Kramer. No, it wasn't. Number 28, rather. Yance, Kyle Yance with the carry. And it's 1st and 10 now as they have the ball at the 29-yard line of UD. So the Newport Buffaloes on the march again here. We don't want this to turn into a Buffalo stampede here. As this time the fullback has it, he loses the handle on it. It's going to be picked up here by Kevin Motter, picking it up here for UD. So the Trojans catch a break here now as Kevin comes up with that loose football. And it'll be UDA 1st and 10 on their own 22-yard line. So now the Trojans, let's see if we can get it going again. Now they started off pretty good last time they had the ball and then got stalled on the 30 or 35-yard line of Newport. So let's see if we can take one in this time. We've got 3 minutes remaining here in the first quarter. Faust will check him out and look him over. He's going to give this one here. No, fake pass. Fires one downfield. Hit out here is Laudenschlager, and he can't catch up with that one. Sean was out there, but covered pretty well that time by Yance of Newport. So there is a penalty down here, though, and that's generally where holding shows its ugly head. And if it's holding it it's against the Trojans. And 79 out there says, yeah, take him back. He's a big guy, that's 79. Illegal motion is the call against UD, and that puts them back 5 and will bring up a 1st down and 15. The ball now spotted at the 17-yard line of Upper Dauphin. Oh, Trojans need to get out of here. Pitch back there for number 9, Stevie Minnick, and Steven gets knocked out over there after a gain of a couple of yards as the Trojans put 2 tailbacks in there that time. They had Savage and Minnick in the backfield. And that's a gain of about 10 on the play and brings up a 2nd down 5 now. Ball back out to the 28-yard line of the Trojans. This time it's going to be Minnick again, and Steve's got the ball out to the 29-yard line. Gain of maybe 1 on the play. They'll bring up 3rd down and 4. Minnick and Savage split in the backfield on this 3rd down and about 4. A big play here for the Upper Dauphin Trojans. Faust drifts back, looking to throw one. Wants to set up a screen, but now Savage is going to get away, and Faust still on. Jim is smacked. Faust stayed behind the line of scrimmage, and Jim caught the pass and caught a whack, too. But it is a 1st down as the play was set up as a screen to Savage, but since he was covered good, Jim had the presence to go out there and get himself clear, and Brian Faust with a good catch that time, a good pass that time rather, to Savage, and Jim with a good catch after he was whacked as soon as he made the catch out there, so he hung on to it and got the 1st down out at the UDA 33-yard line, 1st and 10. Pitches over here for Minnick, and Minnick will try to cut it up this side behind some blocking. That time he gets to the 37-yard line. Gain of about 4 on the play. Leading the blocking out there, number 68 for UDA, and that's that Justin Challenger with a good block that time for Minnick to get a couple of yards out of it. Picked up 4, be 2nd down and 6. Jared Lucas, number 2, lines up in the slot on the near side of the field. Savage and Minnick split in the backfield. Handoff this time, no, pass over the middle. It is complete this time, and just got him by the foot. That's that Bo Hassinger, And Bo was off to the races, and number 28, Yance, got a hold of his foot, and otherwise, Bo might have been off to the races. Oh, nice pass, a very well-thrown pass by Brian Faust that time, hitting Bo Hassinger over the middle. And that's the kind of passes I think that the Trojans are most successful with, are those little short ones right over the middle to, in that case, Hassinger, and at other times to the tight end, Shell. Here's a handoff. Up the middle with it goes Minnick, and Steve's got about 3 down to the 40-yard line as the Trojans continue to grind this one out here now. 34 seconds, 33 seconds, the time moving, so maybe we'll get another play in this quarter. And we'll just check it out here now. The clock down to 23 seconds. Yeah, I think we'll have one more play this quarter. So here we go with the clock down to 10 seconds here in the first period. Faust calling some signal now. He's got 6 seconds left, and he got it off. Here comes Savage with it. Savage coming over this way, trying the right side at the 40. Jim down to the 35, and then a flag and a couple of flags thrown, and they're going to call some clipping on UD, I am afraid. I am positively afraid that UD is going to be called for a clip. Let's see, the ball would have been short of the first down, but or is it a face man? Well, let's not make the call. I guess we'll let the guys at the stripes make the call, but I think it's going to be a clip on UD. And 30 says take them back, and they're going to measure it from the 42-yard line, apparently the spot of the foul. And that's going to disrupt the Trojan march here a little bit for sure, as we were very close to a first down that time, but I believe they're going to be calling it a clip. We'll see. The old referee here is going to mark it off, and it's going to be a biggie, and going to take the ball to about the 43 or 4-yard line. Well, 42-yard line. Or check that, 47-yard line. Never did give the signal, but it's upcoming here right now. And here is the call. Well, they're not sure yet. Wait a second. Still not sure what's going on here. They're going to have one more play in this quarter. That's what it was, because the quarter ended on a penalty, so the Trojans are going to be allowed one more play this quarter. And the clock is not going to run, I wouldn't think. There's 12 minutes on the clock, but that would indicate the second quarter time, and of course we're still playing in the first quarter. So UD will be allowed one play. The ball is spotted back at the Trojan 47-yard line, where it'll be Newport. No, wait a minute. Hold it. That was fourth down. It's Newport's ball. Well, I am confused. Was that a fourth down play, Ray? I don't know what happened there. Newport's lined up as though, no, now it's, well, they got the guys with the sticks over here confused, that's for sure. Now they're going to, that's what confused us. Now they're going to change it and set it back to wherever the heck it was. Oh, it was, the guy picked it up at the 40-yard line, so now we have it settled, I think. It looks like it's going to be Upper Dauphin with the football. It's fourth down and 20. Fourth down and, or second down and about 20, second down and about 21, something like that, on the 47-yard line. Trojans allowed one play here in the quarter. And on this play, they're going to reverse it over here to Laudenschlager, and he's going to be stopped right at about the line of scrimmage, so that's going to do it anyway. As the quarter will end, Sean picked up maybe 2 out to the 50-yard line, so the referee just picks it up on one side of the line, moves it over the other side of the line. It'll be 3rd and 16 now for UD after the change of field positions for the quarter. So the score remains 7-6 as the Trojans will maintain the ball here going into the third quarter, but they'll be looking at a third down and about 16. They got to reset the clock now. I think they'll reset the clock back to 12 minutes. Okay, Trojans getting ready to begin the second period now with a third down and 17, actually, the way we got it measured now. The ball's at the 49-yard line of Upper Dauphin. Again, they split the backs in the backfield for UD. And back to pass goes Faust. He's looking over the middle. Fires one down this way, but it's overthrown. Apparently, Laudenschläger, the only person out there that was even close to that one. And Sean must have got held up at the line of scrimmage or something, because he was short by about 7 or 8 yards of that one. So the Trojans will have to punt for the first time tonight. And into the punting game goes Henninger, number 82. And Jason will be punting from about his own 40-yard line when he steps up here. Let's see if we get a good snap off here. Now, they've been pretty exciting sometimes, so we want to get a good snap and then a good punt. Good snap. And the punt. High, but not deep at all, as this one hangs up for Jason. Gets a kind of a little bit of a UD roll out of it anyway. And it's down there by Kenny the Bam Bam Bats. Downing it at the 27-yard line of Newport, where the Buffaloes will put it in play 1st and 10. Okay, so the Newport Buffaloes put it in play now, 1st and 10. This is going to be that number 20 Kramer, and Ben Kramer stopped out there by Hunter, 71. Coming up with that stop, I believe, and Hunter will check out of the ball game for UD. Checking in there for the Trojans is Waters. Gain of 2 on the play, 2nd down and 8. Ball bopped out to the 29-yard line of Newport. Newport in an I formation this time behind Ship. 22 goes in motion. Ship passes it back there to number 33. And I'm not sure who that is. Anyway, we'll find out. There, the key word there was pitches it back. That's right, he pitched it back. Okay. All right, it's a 1st down on the play. And ball now at the 47-yard line. Ship again to throw. Dumps one down the right side. Man is out here, and it's going to be intercepted, I think. Well, let's see. Who's got it? Nope. I thought Laudenschläger had that, or rather Bo Hassinger, but I guess not. Wait a minute, somebody had it. Oh, bummer. Oh, it looked like Bo Hassinger had it. Bo can't understand that call. Looked like Bo had the pass that time for sure. If anyone caught it, Hassinger did. Then it was out of bounds, but oh my gosh. They gave it to Newport. The ball is spotted at the UDA 38-yard line, where it'll be 1st and 10 as the rain starts to come down a little heavier here at the ballpark. Now it had subsided for a moment there, but it's back. 1st and 10 Newport. Second man through there is that Hording again, and Hording doesn't get anything that time, as closing the gap pretty quickly for UD is 6 Huffman and number 8 Motter in there on the stop for UD. No gain on the play, 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10 for the Newport Buffaloes. Looks like Ship would like to throw. Fires one over the middle. It is complete out here to number 22, Wallace. And a flag will be thrown for a late hit that time. And that's going to cost UD 15. Unfortunate penalty there for UD, as they had them stopped short of the 1st down for sure on the completion of the pass. But so they tacked 15 on here. It'll be 1st down Newport, and the ball will be down around the 12, 13-yard line. Let's set down just inside the 15-yard line, so it's 1st and 10 for Newport now. As Ship will pitch it back over here for that Hording, and Hording is going nowhere as he is tackled on a good low tackle in there made that time by 57 Miller, and also number 28, I think Keeney in there. But I think Joel Miller, 57, and Drew Hunter assisting also. A little bit of a loss on the play. 2nd down and about 11. 2nd down and a short, about 10 and a half. Hording remains in there as the fullback for Newport on this 2nd and 11. Ship wants to throw. He's rolling right, looking, fires one into the end zone, or in here. Nope, not in the end zone, but down at the 3-yard line. Bo Hassinger makes the stop on. That's that Ben Kramer again, number 20, with the catch. And a 1st and goal situation now for the Newport Buffaloes, as the ball is spotted at the Trojan 3. First and goal for the Buffaloes. Ship will hand this one over here to Kramer again, and Kramer down to the 1. Did not get in, but down to the 1 yard line he goes. And bats in on the stop along with, let's see, who was it? Shell and number 58 for UDA, Jeff Noel.
Adam Smith on the carry weekend. Brings up second and goal for the 1.
Second and goal now from the 1 yard line. Adam Smith, they said, ran that one in that time. And who are we to disbelieve them? Okay. Ship sneaks it across for the touchdown. That makes it a 13-6 ball game and an extra point try coming up. Got 8 minutes, 11 seconds remaining here in the first half. And the rain continues, and Newport continues to keep the pressure on UD, and we got to see if we can stop this all-important extra point now as Ship, who was successful the first time, tees her up here for his second attempt tonight, and we'll see if kind of a snap the holder gets. Kramer is the holder out there. Snap's good, placement's down, kick is up, and the kick is good. So it's a 14-6 ball game. The Trojans will get the ball back. They will have 8 minutes, 11 seconds remaining here in the first half to work with it. Be right back. Ship's got it teed up here now as the Trojans get the ball back following that Newport touchdown. Kick is right down to Motter. Kevin's got it at the 35, and he is going to be thrown out about, or rather at the 25, and going to be thrown out at about the 27. So Kevin couldn't quite get that one going out there. As the field is slippery, you can imagine it would be with this shower that continues. And as I speak, the shower's kind of lit up now. It's pretty much, pretty much non-existent, the showers at the moment. I don't even see a drop out there. So coming and going, showers intermittently here at the ballpark. UD gets a touchdown here, a 2-point conversion, we're tied. So let's see what we can do. Faust sets him up at his own 27-yard line. Handoff is to Savage. Savage trying to pick his way over this side here. He's got a couple of yards out over the 30 to about the 32 or 3. Jim picking up either 4 or 5. We'll see where he, actually picked up 6. It'll be second down and 4. Got the ball out to the 32, or nearly 33. So let's see what we do on this one as they'll send Lucas and Bo Hassinger as flankers on the far side of the field. Two backs split in the backfield behind Faust. Pitches back over there for Steve Minnick. Steve around the right side, and Steven is, let's see, hit and down, they say. No gain on that play, or might have lost one. Be 3rd and 5. Lucas kind of a little gimpy that time following that play. It was over at his side, and he was blocking out there, but coming off with a slight limp that time is that Jared Lucas. In the meantime, the Trojans looking now at a 3rd down and 5. So will they throw one here? They might. We'll see. No wind to contend with tonight. Not much of one anyway. Very light, if any. Faust wants to throw. Gets a big rush. Gets away from a would-be tackler. But, let's see, he got away from another one. And Brian now going to get smashed out of bounds down here as he's hit by number 40, Rusty Bentz, and that big number 78 down there for the Newport Buffaloes. That's Daniel Fortenbaugh. Loss on the play makes it a 4th down and 8. UD will kick. And again, it'll be Hassinger back to kick, or Henninger back to kick. Low snap, but he gets it. And the kick this time is high, but not too deep. Got a hit here at the 47-yard line, and a fair catch made. And they're going to throw a flag now, as a fair catch was made, but either Kevin Motter didn't see it or didn't pay attention to it. Kevin picks up the interference on the catch, I think is what they call it. Dead foul, personal foul. Well,
Personal foul against the Trojans.
call it what you will. It's going to cost them 15, and the Trojans have goofed now twice here in the last two series now, and that's going to take the ball all the way down to about the 37 or 38 yard line of Upper Dauphin, where the Newport Buffaloes will put it in play now. They've got 6 minutes and 23 seconds remaining here in the first half. And looks like it'll go down somewhere around the 38, something like that. So personal foul called against UD. Newport puts it in play, 1st and 10.
37-yard line.
Kramer that time had called for the fair catch, and he did make the catch, and he was bumped out there by Kevin Motter. So 1st and 10. Ship to throw, looking. Getting a big rush, and this time they're going to be sacked out there. Is coming in to get him is Hunter and Keeney making the stop. Bueller helping out also, but Hunter and Keeney were the first two guys in there to hit him, and a big sack that time sets the ball back to the 44. 2nd down and 18 now for the Newport Buffaloes. That was the first time tonight that the ship's been sunk, as he was tackled in the backfield for about an 8-yard loss. 2nd down. Dumps a little screen. It's complete. The ball comes loose, and let's see who's got it. Looks like UD might. Let's see if they're going to rule it was a catch or going to rule it was no catch. Yeah, they're going to rule it was no catch. And so the Trojans do not get a break here, as they rule the ball was not caught. It was incomplete, they say. And I kind of inclined to agree with them, although I'd want the Trojans to have it, but I think the ball never was really caught that time. So probably a good ruling. Trojan fans, including myself, would have liked to have seen it go the other way, but not really. The ball's at the 45-yard line of Upper Dauphin, where it is 3rd down and about 17. From the I backfield go the Newport Buffaloes this time. Ship back to throw, gets protection, fires one over the middle. It is incomplete this time. Intended for number 22 out there. That's that Jordan Wallace. And Wallace couldn't hang on to that. And that makes it 4th down. And the Newport Buffaloes apparently will have to think about this one. Will they punt it from there? I don't know. They don't. Yeah, back to punt goes Todd Ship. Todd will step up to about his own 45-yard line to get this one off. He gets a good snap. And the kick is going to go over on the far side of the field, where it's going to be handled over there by Minnick. And Minnick tries the right side, and he gets out around the 25-yard line, where he is knocked out of bounds. And it'll be 1st and 10 UD now. The Trojans with 5 minutes and 12 seconds. So the Trojans held them very well that last series. Didn't allow Newport anything, and the help of the penalty, or the sack rather, really helping out that time. So with 5:12 left here in the first half, the Trojans put the ball in play at their own 25-yard line, 75 yards away from pay dirt here. And we'll see if UD can cash in now. Trailing by just 8. If we can get a TD here, we're back in the ball game. Pitches back here for Savage, who reverses it over there for Laudenschläger. And Laudenschläger having some trouble on the footing. Goes out of bounds after maybe no gain or not much on that one. Sean trying to get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's about all he can manage on that one, as the field is slick. And he gained 1 yard for all that effort. It'll be 2nd down and 9 coming up for UD. On a 2nd and 9, Trojans flank out Lucas and Hassinger on the near side of the field for Upper Dauphin. In the backfield are Savage and Minnick. Handoff is to Savage. You got to try to come over this way. Had a block, and now, let's see, gets away from one man, but then he's going to be knocked out of bounds at about the 33 or so. Let's see where they spot it. Not too much on that one now, as he just could not get turned. Well, I was looking at the wrong line mark. I beg your pardon. It's not the 33, it's the 28. Loss of about 3 or so on the play. It'll bring up a 3rd down. No, check that. Gain of about 3 on the play. 3rd and 7. 3rd and 7 looking at UD. Faust to throw. Gets protection now. And now he rolls over to the right looking for somebody. Fires one downfield, but bounces it in front of Bo Hassinger. And that time trying to throw on the run was Brian Faust, and just fired it low, and no chance there for Hass to pick that one off. So, or Bo Hassinger, yeah. So that brings Henninger into the ball game, and Jason Henninger will be punting this one from about his own 17, 18-yard line when he gets this one off. He's standing back at the 15 now. 4:43 remaining in the half. See if Jason can get a little more leg into this one, not so much height. Yeah, nice punt this time. That's better. Drives Newport back well, then it takes kind of a negative bounce and falls dead about where it hit. Downed out there by Dave Shell. And it's at the 33-yard line. So a good punt that time by Henninger. Ball didn't get a roll or a run back, so they'll put it in play right at their own 33-yard line. 32-yard line, make it 1st and 10. Well, let's see if the Trojans can hold them back here now. Keep them off the board here. Motion comes over this way. Ship hands it off. Up the middle with it goes number Keeney with the stop out there. Number 40, that's at Bentz, Rusty Bentz, making the effort for the Newport Buffaloes. Picked up 4. It'll be 2nd and 6. Keeney and Huffman making the stop out there for UD. Ball out now at the 36-yard line of Newport. 3:58 left here in the first half. Clock is moving. Hand off to the second man through, and man, he is hit nicely out there. Bueller causing him to stop, and then Hunter picking him up out there along with Keeney again for UD. And also number 58, I think, Jeff Knoll helping to make the stop for UD. Good effort that time by those fellas teaming up out there. 3rd down and about 6 or nearly 7. Ship looking, fires one down the left side over there. It is complete to number 30, and look out as he is down inside the 30-yard line. Hassinger finally making the stop on him out there, but a nice catch there by that Ben Kramer once again on Ship's pass, and Kramer able to receive that one over top of one or two Trojan defenders, but darn it anyway, down to the 25-yard line the ball goes, and Newport on a big 3rd down and 7 play picks up about 25 yards or so, something like that, or maybe even more, I'm not sure. But anyway, enough for a big 1st down for the Newport Buffaloes. Run and shoot offense this time as they send 28 around the left side. That was that Yance, and Yance for a couple of yards down to the Trojan 20-yard line, picking up about 6 or 5 anyway. 2nd and 5. 2.5 minutes remaining in the ball game. Less than that now, down to 2:20. In the first half of the ball game, I beg your pardon, first half. They go to an I formation this time behind Todd Ship. Ship hands it off to the second man through there, and he is dragged down on a good stop that time as, let's see, who is it on the bottom of that pile? It's Knoll and Miller in there on the stop, 57 there. So a good stop that time by those two fellas. Gain of maybe a yard or so in the play. It's 3rd and 5. 3rd and 4, actually, for the Newport Buffaloes. 3rd down 4. They stay in the I formation in the backfield this time behind Ship. Ship wants to throw it. He's looking, got good protection. Fires it over the middle, complete to number 22, and he goes in for a touchdown. So about a 20-odd yard touchdown pass from Ship to Hording, I think he said it was, on the reception. So that makes it now 20-6, and that's the one that we didn't want to see happen, as the Trojans were a touchdown behind. Now we fall back by 2 touchdowns behind here, and then some. So Ship again trying to add to his extra point total. He's good 2 for 2 tonight, and we'll see how he does with this one. It's a good snap, placement's down, kick is up, kick is good. So it's now 21, Upper Dauphin 6 now with a minute and a half remaining here in the first half. Well, Ship has her teed up again here now as the Newport Buffaloes have put on their 21st point, and they get set to kick off to our Trojans. A minute and a half remaining here in the first half of our ball game. And let's see if we can do something here now to get back into this one quickly. Kick goes down on the left side, and Steve Minnick is going to chase it down to the 1-yard line where he's going to have to pick it up. Out to the 5 and then to the 10 and tripped up out there as Newport comes in and covers that kick very well. The ball got by Steven out there, and he was forced to pick it up at the 1. Otherwise, Newport would have been able to go down there and fall on it and have it for themselves. So not much you can do when it doesn't go into the end zone. You better pick it up because it's a free kick, free football. So UD brings it out to the 10-yard line where the Trojans are 90 yards away, and they have a minute and 25 seconds to get there. Dave Shell. Looks like he's going to receive a pass on this play. Let's see if he does or not. I don't know. Faust dropping back. He's going to throw. Does he have Dave in mind? Nope, the ball's tipped up in the air. Probably intended for Nick Huffman, I would think. Nick was kind of in that area, but the ball tipped up in the air by Newport for an incompleted pass, and it'll bring up a 2nd down and 10. So a 2nd and 10 now, looking at UD with a minute 18 remaining in the first half. Both teams have all their timeouts remaining here in the half. Pass over the middle, complete out here for Shell. See, I knew Shell looked catcherish. He looked receiverish out there, did that Dave Shell. Nice pass and another nice reception to Dave Shell. Dave seems to get open, and Brian seems to be able to catch him now and then. And Dave, with a good reception that time, brought the ball all the way out to the 30-yard line, where it is 1st and 10. Good job, Dave, and good job, Brian, that time. Went out of bounds to stop the clock with 1:09, and that was important also. So clock stopped with a minute 9 seconds remaining here in the half. Faust looks to throw again. Big rush. Dumps it over here on a screen to Huffman. Nick Huffman at the 35, the 40, the 45, and he gets down to the 50-yard line, and Trojans will call timeout real quickly, I think. Yeah, timeout frantically called for, and they got it as they move the sticks. Another 1st down, a 20-yard gain on the play for Nick Huffman that time, who became a receiver. Instead of Nick playing in his fullback position, Nick was spotted out as a flanker that time, I believe, and caught the pass and took it to the 50-yard line. Time called up or off, and they have 2 more remaining, and the clock down to 58 seconds remaining here in the half. Okay, the Trojan timeout is over, and they go back to that I formation in the backfield. Nick Huffman lines up as the fullback, and Savage has a running back in there for UD. Back to pass goes Faust. No, hands it off. Over here comes Savage with it. Breaks a couple of tackles. Jim still on his feet. Savage down to the 25, down to the 20. One man to beat him, and he's going to go out of bounds. Oh, another fine run by Jimmy Savage with some good blocking in front of him. Dave Schau giving him a good block out here. And the Trojans take it down to the 10-yard line. Boy, oh boy, I'll tell you, the Trojans would like nothing better than get on the board here before halftime, and we've got 47 seconds remaining now as he was, well, it's 1st and goal, actually, down at the 9-yard line. 1st and goal. Trojans deserve a break here now, and let's see if we can't get in here and get 6, or better yet, get 8. So let's see what happens. 1st and 10. Faust looking to throw. Man is over there. It is going to be caught, but only about a yard or 2. And the clock continues, but then they call time. So Sean Laudenslager tackled at the 6-yard line. And the Trojans will have a 2nd and goal from the 6. Good catch that time by Sean, but not too much on that one. The ball was a little short, and Sean had a dive to make the catch. And, of course, the dive put him on the ground, and that's where the ball was placed. Okay, now we're looking at a 2nd and goal, this time from the 6-yard line for Upper Dauphin. Want to get in there. Faust fakes it, hands it off to Savage, and Jim will get out of bounds, but he will not get in. He's knocked out of bounds at about the 3 or 4, something like that. stopping the clock with 32 seconds left. Trojans with one more timeout, but they need to get a touchdown here as it's a 3rd and goal from the 4. And UD is going to have to do something maybe up the middle. 32 seconds remaining. 2 plays left to get in for 6. 4 yards out. Now you'd think if you measure it off in your living room, 4 yards, anybody can go that far. Try it sometime. Not as easy as it looks. Faust drifts back. Looks like he wants to throw. Fires one down on this side. It is going to be incomplete as, again, number 20, Ben Kramer, making the big defensive play. The pass intended for our number 2, Jared Lucas, but Ben Kramer with a big play out there for the Newport Buffaloes. Kramer struggling even to pick that one off, but he didn't quite do that, but he did knock it down, and so the Trojans with one more gasp here in the first half. 25 seconds left, enough time for sure as the clock stops with the incompletion, and here it is. This is it now. The Trojans have been stymied several times this year trying to get in a first and goal situation and didn't score, so let's see how we make out here. Faust again to throw over the middle, tipped up in the air, intercepted here by number 30 or whatever it is, and he's going to be tackled. So that'll end it for the Trojans here in the first half as Ben Kramer, who else, picks that one off in there. And Ben almost picked the last one off, but he picked that one off as it was bounced up in the air, and Kramer came up with it. So the Newport Buffaloes have stopped the Trojans on their 1st and goal situation, and they have the ball at their own 6-yard line with just 16 seconds remaining here in the first half. Now that kind of depressing to the Trojans, but let's see if we can do something here now and then get ready for that second half. And Ship will go down on a knee to kill the clock in the first half. So that's going to do it as the score at the end of one half of our ball game. It is Newport 21, the Upper Dauphin Trojans 6. And when we come back for the second half, the Newport Buffaloes will receive the second half kick. One would assume they have the option in the second half. So we'll be back. Well, the Trojans are back now, as are the Newport Buffaloes, getting set for the second half here at our ball game, as Jimmy Savage has it teed up, ready to kick off to begin the second half of play. The Newport Buffaloes had the option in the first half, and they elected to receive here in the second half, so here we go. Newport with that 21-6 lead, and the Trojans are going to try to kick it deep, hold them back there, get the ball back, and get back into this one. Jim's kick, nice kick, going to be taken down here. Well, it's going to go out of bounds, actually, at about the 16-yard line. So that's going to bring the ball up to the 35-yard line, one would think, unless they elect to have a re-kick. We'll see what they're going to do. It looks like they'd like to have a re-kick, and they're going to penalize the Trojans 5 and have them kick it from the 35-yard line, and so we'll do it over again and see what happens with the run back. Newport figures they can get a run back against our Trojans, or perhaps they figure Jim won't kick it as deeply as he did that time. Jim has it teed up at the 40, but that's going to change. Jim was going to try to fake him out there, but it didn't work, so they move it back to the 35, and Jim will try it again. Clock did not start, of course, so still have a full half to play here. And he'll be booting it from the 35. You can see the breath flying out there now. It has chilled down here quite a bit, but I think that's mostly due to the high humidity here at the ballpark. And here's a kick this time, going to be picked up down here, and it'll be run out. Boy, when I say run out, finally stopped in there by 57 Miller, Joel Miller making the stop out there, but the kid brought it all the way back to the 43-yard line of Newport. Miller making the stop, or that might have been a real disaster. And Newport will put it in play right there. And their own 43, 1st and 10. Todd Shipp remains in at quarterback. In the backfield, he has Rusty Bentz, and behind him is well, we'll see here in a minute. Shipp hands it off to the second man, and racing up the middle for some good yardage goes that number 28, Kyle Yance. And Yance picks up 8, be second down and 2. Second and 3 make it. Picked up 7. Ball right at the 50-yard line, right on the south side of the 50-yard line, which means it's in Trojan territory, but they're only by a couple of inches. 2nd and 3. Second man has it. That's going to be Bentz this time, and Rusty not able to do anything with that one as Nick Huffman combines on him along with the Bammer Bats, I believe. Number 24 out there, Kenny Bam Bam Bats. They get on the stop. Keeney and Huffman, they said. Well, I think the Bammer was around that one too. Anyway, no gain on the play. Matter of fact, lost about a half a yard. 3rd down and a real 3 yards now. Just about a little more than 3. This time, Shipp looks like he wants to throw. Fires one down his side. It is complete to number 22, who was wide open. And down to the 33, he's going to be thrown out of bounds over there. As Hassinger and Motter and Shell all over there to make the stop on him. But a big gain on the play and enough for another first down to the 34-yard line of Upper Dauphin. 1st and 10 for the Newport Buffaloes. Shipp pitches it back over this way. Here comes that Horton or whatever his name is, I think, something like that. A nice tackle made out there by number 22, Sean Laudenschlager. Horton with the run, but Laudenschlager with a fine stop that time for UD. 2nd and 8. Gain of 2. Courting number 33 out here at the running back position now for the Newport Buffaloes. Back to pass goes Shipp. Fires one down the left side really deep. It is going to be caught on the run for a touchdown. Sean Laudenschlager, or rather Bo Hassinger, was supposed to be the defender out there, but the pass to Kramer is good as he caught it right over that right shoulder. And timeout here as we have an injury on the play, and it looks like it's going to be 58 out here for UD. That's that Jeff Knoll getting up a little gimpy for UD. But the touchdown is good, and it's now a 27-6 ball game, and an extra point try will be coming up. Jeff Knoll coming off, and young Jeff is in pain, and it looks like maybe a knee problem or something like that, so we hope the young fella is okay. In the meantime, Shipp is going to look for his 4th extra point. Here comes the kick. The kick is up. The kick is good. So Shipp has been perfect tonight on the extra point tries for the Newport Buffaloes. It is now 28-6, and UD will get the ball back for the first time here in the second half. There are 2 minutes and 7 seconds here in the 3rd period, and already Newport has added 7 points to the score, makes it 28-6. We'll be back with the Newport kickoff here in just a moment. Once again, Todd Shipp has her teed up to get set to kick off for his Newport Buffaloes, who are now putting it to the Trojans by a score of 28-6. And here comes his kick. A good kick right down the middle, taken in the air at the 15-yard line by Stephen Minnick. And Stephen is in trouble at the 22-yard line where he is stopped. And it'll be 1st and 10 UD on their own 22, something like that. We'll see where they spot it. Bueller into the ball game, number 70 out there. 68 is Challenger, 71 Hunter, 67 Cummins for UD, and 54 is that Ryan Kinch. Or Ryan Kinch. No, I saw Ryan in the stands tonight, though. That's Aaron Kinch, 57, 54 rather. Nick Huffman goes into the ball game as the fullback now, and Jimmy Savage behind him. You do see the breath blowing on the boys to give you an idea that fall is here. Savage with the pitch, and he's going to try to turn the right side this time, but he's going to be run out of bounds before he can do much at all with that one. As a couple of 3 Buffaloes come up and bump Jim out of there for no gain on the play. Loss of actually a yard or 2. It'll be 2nd and 12. On a 2nd and 12, UD now with the same high formation in the backfield behind Brian Faust. Brian's had some good pass completions tonight. He's going to try another one. Getting a big rush. Fires one down, and it's going to be incomplete. Overthrown is number 18, Bo Hassinger. But that one about 3 or 4 yards deeper than Bo could get. And it's a 3rd down and 12. Well, let's see what we can do now on a 3rd and 12 situation here. Lundschlager flanked out on the far side of the field along with Hassinger in his 3rd and 12. Back to pass goes Faust. Plenty of time. Good protection. Bass is thrown up here. It is going to be tipped up in the air and incomplete. Intended for Davy Shell that time. But some good defensive work out there by the Newport Buffaloes. Knocks that ball down and makes it a 4th and 10 now. So Dave unable to get untangled out there and brings up a 4th and a punting situation for UD. As Henninger drops back to punt for the Trojans. 9 minutes, 20 seconds remaining here in the 3rd period of our ball game. Trojans trailing 28-6. And the snap is good. The kick this time, pretty nice kick. Going to land out here around the midfield area and then bounces out of bounds. And they're going to rule it one out of bounds at the 48-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 10 Buffaloes on their own 48-yard line. Good field position for the Buffaloes to put the ball in play here now. Well, let's see what happens here now. Can the Trojans stop these Newport Buffaloes? They stop them about 2 out of the 3 or 4 plays. Here's a play up the middle, and this time he gets a couple of yards, but a nice grab out there by that number 57, Joel Miller, making the stop for Upper Dauphin, and one of the Newport Buffaloes shaken up on the play. And so timeout momentarily called. Yance is shaken up on that play. Picked up 3. It'll be 2nd down, 7. Jacob Warner, I may have said Yance because the announcer did, but Jacob Warner is a young fellow shaken up on that play for the Newport Buffaloes, and we, of course, hope that he's going to be okay. One of their big interior linemen there. So it brings up a 2nd down and 7 now for Newport at the 48-yard line of Upper Dauphin. Ship pitches it back over this way. Coming around this side is that number 28, and he is going to be chased out of bounds by Joel Miller again. Kyle Yance, that was, as the Bammer Bats over there helping on the play. But a 1st down for Newport at the 38-yard line of Upper Dauphin. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Newport Buffaloes. Stopped with the out-of-bounds play, so it'll be 8:29 remaining here in the 3rd as Newport puts it in play 1st and 10 from about the 37.5. Ship to throw, fires one down the side over there. It is complete, and that's that number 20, Ben Kramer again. Kramer, a good athlete, and he makes the catch, and our very own Nick Huffman making the stop out there for UD. Ball is spotted at the 25-yard line. Jared Lucas, they say, made the stop. Okay. I thought it was Nick Huffman, but maybe it was Jared. He's over there, number 2. He plays that defensive end position on the right side of the UD line. Ball's at the Upper Dauphin 25-yard line. 1st and 10. Another completion for a 1st down for Todd Ship and his Newport Buffaloes, who have buffaloed the Trojans tonight for sure. Here's a handoff going nowhere, however, as the young fella drew a crowd pretty quickly that time. It looked like Cummins might have been in on that stop for UD, along with Hunter for Upper Dauphin. Loss of a yard on the play. It'll be 2nd and 11. Move back to the 27-yard line now. Loss of a yard on that play. 2nd down and 11. Ship will hand this one off, and coasting up the middle with it to the 25-yard line is Yance. The Bammer Bats and Nick Huffman making the stop on him that time. Kenny Bats and Nick Huffman for UD. Got back to the line of scrimmage, to the original line of scrimmage, as Kenny the Bammer got credit for that one. Way to go, Bam. And that brings up a 3rd and 10. The breath out there coming off the boys, and just the sweat from the perspiration really forming a cloud out there now. Ship going back, has some time, fires one down the left side, incomplete. This time it was intended out there for that number 22, Jordan Wallace. But he said it was intended for Art Lindsay. I don't think so. I think it was Wallace, but nevertheless, Fourth down coming up here now for the Newport Buffaloes. 6:33. The clock stopped once again now as the pass was thrown incomplete. And so Trojans got to hang in there, and they will get the ball back. And pretty good field position if we can stop them here. But this is where the Trojans have let it up all the time tonight. Here's a fourth down play. Passing. It is complete. Yep. For a first down at the 15-yard line. Well, it's going to be close. Is it a first down? Yeah, it is a first down. Yep. Boy, that had to be close, though. Whoa, man, that was awfully close. And they start the clock. Man, that was a first down, but maybe by the length of the football and no more. The kid caught it, and he knew where he was, I guess, because it was just enough for the first down. So with 6:12, and the clock remains in motion now, remaining here in the third, that is, Newport with new life at the UDA 15-yard line. Ship sends a man in motion. Handoff is up the middle, and going down is number 40. That's that Rusty Bentz. And Bentz takes it down to the 8. It'll be second down and 3 for Newport. Ball located at the UDA 7. Bentz in the backfield here, along with that number 28, Yance. He's on the near side. Ship sets him up here on a 2nd and 3. Pass into the end zone. It is tipped up in the air by number 22. That's that Wallace. But he was there. He just was turned a little bit the wrong way, and Todd Ship's pass over his left shoulder, and Wallace had turned around looking over his right shoulder and was unable to reach up and grab that one. So it'll bring up a third down and 3 from the UDA 7-yard line. Wallace flanks out on the far side of the field this time as they go into a run and shoot offense for Todd Ship. And Ship keeps it, goes up the middle with it, dives down to about the 4 maybe, or 3. Where he stopped in there by Kenny Batts. And on the bottom of the pile in there is number 28, Keeney. It's first and goal now for the Newport Buffaloes. As the time continues to move, 5 minutes and 7 seconds and so forth remaining here in the third period. Newport looking to add their 34th point here if the Trojans aren't careful, as it's now first and goal from the UD3. In the backfield, they'll hand this one off to number 28. I think that's that Kyle Yance, I believe. Stopped in there by Kenny the Bammer Batts. It was Yance with the run. He says it was Ben Kramer, but it was not. I think the announcer here does not see them very well, because there's Kramer, number 20, unless I have a bad sheet here. But anyway, it will be second and goal from around the 2. They line up Yance in the backfield along with that number 40 Bentz and number 44 also. And this time it's going to be Yance again, and Yance will dive in for 6. And that makes the score now. The Newport Buffaloes 34 and the Trojans 6. And an extra point try will be upcoming here from Todd Ship out of the hold of Ben Kramer, one imagines. And Ship's been perfect tonight so far, I believe, and he's going to try it again. Snap's good. Placement's down. Kick is no good. This time it's off to the left. So we jinxed Todd that time. And the score remains 34-6 with 4:05 remaining here in the third period. Third quarter. Trojans need a bunch. Newport breaks their pre-kick huddle here now as, again, it's Todd Ship ready to kick off, and here comes his kick. Low line drive kick, tipped up there by Lucas, and then picked up at the 20-yard line here by Stephen Minnick. Stephen to the 25, and ahead to the 29-yard line before he is hit by several Newport Buffaloes. And they're going to mark it just shy of the 30-yard line, or right about the 30-yard line, you might say. So UD will put it in play there, 70 yards away from pay dirt, as Klaus checks back into the ball game as QB. And he will have Stephen Minnick and Savage in the backfield. They'll go from a shotgun formation this time and hold the phone. Whistles all over the field. And I'm not sure what the problem is, but, oh, Newport called time. Okay. Newport called timeout with 3:54 left here in the third period. 3:54 left here in the third. Okay, the Newport timeout is over. The Trojans line up in that shotgun formation now with Faust back there looking like he wants to throw. He has Savage and Minnick back there with him. He drops back. Now he's going to tuck it away and run it up the middle. He comes, and slipped down. So Brian got back to the line of scrimmage, and then he slipped and was not hit, but lost his footing out there. As we mentioned earlier, the rain has stopped now for quite a while, most of the final part of the first half, and it has not the rain to drop here in the second half yet, but the field awfully wet and awfully slippery out there. You can just imagine how that must be with that grass and the dirt areas, and that's where the Trojans are here, mostly in the kind of muddy looking area. So 2nd and 10 again from the same formation. High snap, but he handles it. Faust to throw over the middle, complete out there to Shell with that slant in again, and Dave, coming up from his tight end position, makes another fine catch and another first down for UDA out to the 42-yard line. They go with it, or maybe the 43. We'll see. Yeah, about the 43. Nice catch that time by that number 10, Davy Shell. Way to go, Dave. It's 1st and 10, UDA. Actually spotted at the 44-yard line, so we have to give Dave all he got, and he's got it out to the 44-yard line, as you can see there. So it's 1st and 10, Upper Dauphin. Again, that same formation in the backfield, the shotgun formation with Savage back there along with, and Savage has it on a little handoff, but he's going to be slipping around out there. Gets loose, and now he's going to be thrown down for a loss as that big number 79 in there, or 77 in there again, and he is a big one. And that's that Eric Hansen. He's 6'3", 252 pounds in the program, so he's a big one. And he got in there pretty quickly as Jim was slipping and sliding around out there and couldn't really get it going. And the loss is back to the 35-yard line. I'll bring up a 2nd down and 20. Faust dropping back to throw. Fires one over the side, incomplete. Not sure who that was intended for. Probably Laudenschlager or Bo Hassinger, or either one. Bo was probably closest to the area, so I guess it would be for Bo. Incomplete, 3rd and 20. Actually 3rd and 19 if you're a purist out here. 3rd and 19 for UD. Back to pass he goes. Tries to hit Savage with one over here, but is incomplete. And will bring up a 4th down. And UD will be forced to kick the ball away. Jason Henninger back to punt for UDA. Newport sends 2 men back to receive this punt. He gets a nice snap. And the kick, decent kick, going to be taken here at the 30-yard line. To the 35 he goes. This is that Ben Kramer. He takes it to the 44-yard line. Run back of about 14 yards for gentle Ben Kramer there. And it'll be put in play 1st and 10 on the Newport 44. We've got 1:55 seconds remaining in the third period. Kind of a slow-moving third period for some reason. I guess when you're behind by 28 points, it's they're all slow-moving. Anyway, 1st and 10 Newport. The reason the game seems long now. It's 9:15 here already, and we still have a whole period and 2 minutes to play almost. So here we go on a 1st and 10. Handoff is to number 33, and that's that Nick Hording, and Hording is tackled out there pretty quickly. Several Trojans converged on him, including that Joel Miller, I believe. Loss of 1. Gain of 1, I beg your pardon. Gain of 1, 2nd down and 9. No, loss of 1, 2nd and 11. Ball back to the 42-yard line now of Newport, 2nd down, 11. Ship looks like he's going to hand this one off, and he does. Over here is Horting again. He's tripped up nicely on a low tackle by Nick Huffman. Nick got him right around the ankle that time and tripped him up, and he skidded ahead for maybe 1 yard, but a good tackle that time by tricky Nick Huffman. It's a gain of 2 on the play. It'll make it 3rd and 9. The ball now at the 44-yard line of Newport. On a 3rd down and 9. Now here again is where the Trojans seem to slip up sometimes. Pitch over that way for that Horting, and Horting over the left side, and he's got just about enough for the 1st down, but it's going to be close. Tackled in there by a number of Trojans, Motter around that ball and several other UD Trojans, but let's see, is it a 1st down? No, it's going to be 4th down and about a foot. 4th and about a foot. Ken kind of limping half off here. And that's going to do it as Newport allows the quarter to expire. So we've got a 34-6 ball game here with 1 period to play. Well, the final 12 minutes about to unfold before our very eyes here now at UD, as the Newport Buffaloes are looking at a 4th down and 1. The ball is at the Trojan 46-yard line. 4th and 1. New quarterback in there for the Newport now is Jonathan Wagner. He keeps the ball, and he tried to sneak it ahead. It's going to be enough for the distance needed for the 1st down. Picked up about 1 yard, and it is 1st and 10 for the Newport Buffaloes. The ball at the 45-yard line. They needed about a foot, and he got about 2 feet. Actually, Trojans dug in pretty well that time. But quarterback with the keeper, the sneak, was able to sneak it ahead. This is Wagner in there now at QB for the Newport Buffaloes. 1st and 10. Hands it to the 2nd man through, and that's at number 33, Horting. And Horting gets down to the 42-yard line. Number 74, Chubb in there for UD now. Well, now he's not. Now he comes back out. Matt Chubb jogging off of there and has his left hand pretty heavily taped there, does Matt. But it's a gain of 3 on the play. It'll be 2nd and 7. Handoff is to Horting again, and he's not going anywhere as the Trojans trap him for maybe a yard loss. Grabbing him low at the legs that time was that number 28, Keeney. Making the stop in there for UD with a lot of assistance from some of his friends. It's a loss of 1, 3rd down and 7. 3rd and 7 now for Newport as they go into the I formation behind quarterback Wagner. He pitches it over this way. Horting has it again, and Horting across the 40 down to about the 37-yard line. Several Trojans in there on the stop that time, including Shell and Barter and Motter and Keeney. 4th and 2 coming up here now for Newport. Or about the 36-yard line or so, maybe 36 and a half, whatever. As Wagner looks over his Newport Buffaloes. He hands this one off, and up the middle with it goes Horting. Horting breaks into the secondary, and he's going to go all the way, perhaps. Let's see. Yep, touchdown. The only guy had a shot on him there was Bo Hassinger there at the very end of the run, but nice run by that number 33 Horting. And Newport now makes the score 40-6 with 9:37 left here in the ball game. Nice run that time, right up the middle, and the Trojans unable to make the stop on him. So Newport continues to roll here, as they will this time go for, well, let's see. They're going to kick it. New kicker in there now is number 32. We'll find out who that guy is here. Here's his kick, and the kick looked no good from here, and it was no good. It was off to the left. So the score remains an even 40 points for the Newport Buffaloes, and the Trojans with the first 6 points of the ball game, as I recall, and that's where they stopped. So we got a 40-6 score with 9:37 remaining here in the ball game. Newport has it teed up again here now. This will not be Todd Schiff kicking off this time. I think it's number 32 for Newport. That would be that Abe Felton, and here comes his kick, and it's going to be taken back here by Stephen Minnick, and Stephen gets back to the 30-yard line, and that's where it'll be put in play for UD. At the 31, actually. So Stephen brought it back to the 31-yard line and gives the Trojans the ball 1st and 10 with 9 minutes and 29 seconds remaining here in the ball game. Across the front 4 there, Kinch, and then there's Robbie Bueller. On the other side, I'm not sure who that is. Center out there is Hunter. Pitch from quarterback is back there for Minnick. Stephen around the left side with a good burst of speed, and Stephen down to the 50-yard line. So a nice run that time by Stephen Minnick, picking up a couple of yards, but there is a flag laying down here at the 40-yard line. So we'll see if this one's coming back. Holding against UD. So that nice run by Stephen Minnick was for naught, as this one's going to be brought back, and a penalty tacked on UD. Back to the 30-yard line where the Trojans will put it in play now. It's going to be 1st down and 10. So it's back to where we started here. 1st and 11, actually. 1st and 11. Pitch back over here for Savage. Savage takes it off over here around this side, gets some good blocks. Savage down at the 40, the 35, the 30, the 20, and Jimmy might go all the way, and he is a 70-yard touchdown run by Jim Savage. There are no flags on the play, and Jimmy got loose inside there, and amazingly enough, Ben Kramer, I think number 20, it looked like was chasing him, and Ben couldn't catch him. So Jim has that good speed. Might not have been Ben, because I think mostly the first line defense is not in the game at the moment, but nevertheless, a fine run by Jimmy Savage of 70 yards gives the Trojans their 12th point, and an extra point try will be coming up. So good run that time by Jimbo. Going to try to kick one this time, as it looks as though Henninger, he's a left-footed kicker, so he'll try to see if he can kick one. A high snap, placement's down, kick is no good, as it was a low line drive kick and kicked it into one of the Newport Buffaloes. But the score now is Newport 40 and the Trojans 12. 9 minutes, 3 seconds remaining in the ball game, and UD will kick off. And I think it's Boggs out there, along with Lucas and Barter, Miller, Keeney. Let's see, we have everything but a kicker, I guess, on the field now. Trojans have Motter over here on this side. I'm not sure who this fella is till he turns around a little bit. Stephen Minnick, Laudenschläger. Number 1 out there is Wade Whitmer. And Jimmy Savage getting ready to place the ball at the 40-yard line, getting ready for the kickoff. So Jim's ready. Now I think, here we go. Maybe we're going to try an onside kick. They seem to be positioning the fellas here a little differently, and see how this goes. Nope. He loops this one up into the air, and it's taken out here at the 20-yard line, or the 19-yard line. Up the middle with it goes this young fella, and boy, is he off to the races. As a matter of fact, he may go all the way. A couple of guys have a shot. Laudenschläger trips him up at the 10. Well, you know, that was great for Sean to trip him up out here. That's that Hoarding kid. And he could have had himself about a 70-yard touchdown run, but Sean Laudenschläger finally caught up with him down here at the, or was it, was it Sean? I think it was. Anyway, caught up with him down here at the 9-yard line, where Newport will put it in play. 1st and goal to go. So 1st and 10. Wagner at the quarterback spot for Newport. Sends a man in motion. Handoff is to that 32 guy, but he mishandled it a little bit. And it's no gain on the play right back at the line of scrimmage, where Ian Waters made the tag on him after he had slipped down. So it's 2nd and goal now for Newport. On a 2nd and goal for Newport. They'll send a man in motion, pitches over there for that 33 Hording, and Hording tries the right side, and this time he's going to be dragged down as it looked like Whitmer over there making a stop on him along with Lucas, and not sure who else it might have been, but Wade Whitmer on the defense that time. The Newport now looking at a 2nd and goal from the 6-yard line. Yep, 2nd and goal from, I think, the 6. Okay, let's see what's going on here. Yep. 2nd and goal from the 6. Wagner lost the handle on it and he fell on it, so it's going to be 3rd and goal from about the 8. It's now going to be the 4th down. 4th down from about the 8. Fourth and goal. Can the Trojans hold them here? Pitches back over here to Hording, and Hording should be held, and he is out at the 11 or 9-yard line, rather. Good stop in there by Reed, 78. And getting off the pile, Nick Huffman off the bottom. So young Trojan defense that time held, and that means the Trojan offense can go back to work now and try to get a little closer if we can. It's going to be starting, Trojans are going to be starting out at their own 8-yard line. They have 6 minutes and 34 seconds to work with here. They would like nothing more to get 6 more on here because still trailing by a ton, 40-12, a 28-point deficit, and every point we get to make it look a little better anyway. Faust hands this one off. Up the middle with it comes Jimmy Savage. Jim winds his way out across the 10 to maybe the 12-yard line, picking up about 3 or so on the play. And it'll be 2nd down and 6. Jim picked up 4 that time. 2nd and 6. They spotted at the 12. UDA came to the line of scrimmage, but then they called time. So we've got 5:58 left here in the ball game, and the Trojans call their first time out of the 2nd half. Okay, the UD timeout is over now, and we're going to see what they come up with here. 2nd down for UD. Up the middle with it comes Nick Huffman. Nick with some good running room, and Nick is going to be down at the 35 and down at the 50-yard line. He gets a block out here, still on his feet, needs another block, gets a good block, and Nick's going to be sprung all the way. So Nick Huffman all the way down that time with a big touchdown run. Oh, Nick needed to get some blocking, and boy, did he ever out here. As I think it was Lanschlager, one of those guys, and I was not really certain. But at any rate, a couple of nice blocks thrown out here for Nick at about the 35-yard line or 40-yard line of Newport. And Nick goes all the way for an 89-yard touchdown run, I think it was. That's going to be one of the longest runs of the year. Perhaps it is the longest run of the year for anybody for the Trojans. And here comes Nick. Nick's pretty much winded, but he's happy right now as he has gotten the 18th point on the board for UD. And they're going to try to go for a 1 here. Good snap. It's down. The kick is up. The kick is good. Well, the Trojans began to play now with 5 minutes and 41 seconds remaining. It's 40-19, 5:41 left here in the ball game. But hey, that's all right. Way to go, fellas. That'll at least give them a little bit of spark. And that certainly is necessary and needed here in this ball club because they've been getting pretty much kicked. And now they come back and make at least the score in the paper look respectable. And a nice effort that time by that tricky Nick Huffman. Way to go, fellas. We'll be back with the UD kickoff here now in just a moment as Jimmy Savage awaits the football. Okay, Jim has her teed up again here now as the Trojans generate a little excitement for the local partisan fans over here on this side, and Jim will kick it off here now, and let's see what he does with it. Well, it's a deep kick down the left side, backs the young fellow up to the 7 or 8 yard line, and up with it comes that Hording, and Hording will bring it out to the 25-yard line, where he is stopped in there by number 87 Boggs, I think, and 57 Miller making the stop. One of the Trojans here showing, or one of the Newport Buffaloes here showing the Trojans a score. Yeah. A couple of the Newport Buffaloes getting a little upset here now. And the Trojans getting just as upset as Sean Lautenschläger is restrained here. So we'll have to stay in here and see what's happening here. Sean will get himself tossed here if he's not careful. So let's see what happens now. And timeout's going to be called by Newport as they put the first string in or whatever. Oh, everybody's mad, or boy, I don't know what's going on here now. Looks like a hockey game, and they're putting the thugs in. I don't know. We'll see. Trojans are going to put some of their first line boys in here too, so this could get a little ugly, but we'll see. All right. If that's the way you want to play now, the Newport a little excited about the Trojans scoring, and the Trojan getting a little bit excited about their ability to score on the Newport boys. So we'll see what happens. Now we got 5:34 left here in the ball game, and looks like Ship is back at quarterback as the Newport Buffaloes put the A team in there and get those other guys out of there. They were getting upset anyway, so let's see what gives here. They line up in the I formation. Todd Ship back at QB. Ship to throw, fires one down this side. It is going to be complete. No, incomplete. They ruled it as an incompletion out here. It was intended for Kramer, but Ben couldn't hang on to that one as he and Jimmy Savage have a few words with each other. And it will bring up a second down and 10, and now the other squad back in there for Newport as they went over and gave him a distemper shot. Settled him down for one play, did the Newport coach, I guess, and they're still jawing here with the Trojans. That's amazing here. Now we've got a 40-19 ball game, and both teams getting a little upset about that. Heck, too late for that kind of stuff now. Wagner back at quarterback, hands this one off. Up the middle with it goes that number 33 Horning, and Horning is belted out here. And Cummins getting up off the bottom of the pile for UD. I think both of these teams are getting rather excited about this one. And the ball is carried out to the 30-yard line. The Trojans don't need to get overly excited, but one of the things that has been lacking has been this kind of spirit in the Trojan defense. They just kind of went through the motions for the season, and now they're getting a little bit riled up anyway here. Here comes another big gang. Look at this pile up. A lot of jamming and jabbing going on in there. You can bet on that. It'll bring up a fourth down now as we lost track of the play as both teams battling out here now. Anyway, the ball is out to the 32-yard line where it'll bring up a fourth down and 4. 4:25 remaining in the football game. And UD will drop back number 8 Minnick and number 9 Minnick and number 8 Motter for the Trojans to receive this kick, this punt. Snap's good, and the kick is coming out here. Going to be taken in the air and on the fly here by Minnick. And Minnick up the side, and look out, Minnick's got one man or two men to beat. Minnick down to the 20, down to the 15. All right, and again, we got to watch these guys out here now as everybody's getting a little bit excited. But the Trojans with a fine run back. There are no flags on the play that I see. Let's see, these guys are conferring about something down here, though. I guess they're trying to get the game under control. But at any rate, the Trojans will have the ball first and 10 on the Newport 16-yard line. A fine run back by Minnick, and that time he was getting some good blocking out there with Steven that time as he ran that ball back. So the Trojans now will set it up on the 16-yard line with 3 minutes and 52 seconds left in the ball game. Brian Faust remains in at quarterback. He'll pitch it back over here for Savage. Savage down to the 10. Or near the 10. Looks like he's on the 10-yard line, yeah. So it'll be second down. And again, this time it's Davey Shell having a couple of words with one of the Newport Buffalo boys. 3.5 minutes remaining. The Trojans, what they do, they want to do quickly here. And they do. 2nd and 5, gain of 5 on the last play. 2nd down and 5 now for UD. Pitch it back here for Savage again. Around the left side, right side, he goes down inside the 5 to maybe the 3-yard line. There's a flag out here, though. And yeah, 2 flags for sure. And here comes your call. It's going to be an illegal block against the Newport Buffaloes tonight. Newport has been rarely penalized, but tonight they picked that one up on an illegal chop block or whatever they call them. And let's see, the ball was taken down to the 3, so that'll move it down to about the 1.5-yard line and give the Trojans a 1st and goal. We'll see where they spot it. Looks like they're going to spot it here. Well, it was run to the 4, so they'll take it down to the 2. Illegal block against Newport. Taking the ball down to the, oh boy, what do you call it? Looks like the 1 or 2, something like that. It's inside the, then they're going to start the clock, 3:10. Looks like it's at about the 2. Handoff is to Savage. Savage trying to bounce around the right side here, and he's going to go in. Touchdown. Jimmy Savage muscles his way in from 3 yards out, so the Trojans have put on 18 points here, or a little more, 19, I guess, here in the waning moments of the 4th quarter, and now make it even more respectable. It's 40-25 with 2:59 remaining in the ball game, and an extra point try coming up. Trojans have narrowed the gap to 15, and maybe they can make it a 14, or let's see if they go for 2 or what. Looks like they're going to go for 2. So Huffman and Savage in the backfield. Faust looking them over in here. We need 2. Faust has it, pitches it back over here for Savage, and Savage trying to go around the left side, but he won't make it this time as he is bumped out of bounds over there. And that's going to end that extra point try, but the Trojans have at least come back and made it a respectable looking ball game now. 25-40, 40-25 with 2:59 remaining in the ball game. Well, Jimbo has her teed up again here now as we get set to go the final 2 minutes, 59 seconds. Now, will the Trojans do an onside kick thing? I'm not sure. The Trojans have 2 timeouts remaining. Newport has 1. Yeah, they're going to try an onside kick, but it's got to go 10 yards, and it will not. Nope, didn't go 10, so it'll be downed out here by number 86 at the 40-some yard line. But there is a flag on the play, so I'm not sure what that, I guess it was touched up here. Okay. And that could be an illegal touch or whatever. And that's where they'll put it in play. Don't know what the flag was, just a marker, I guess. They put it in play. Newport will put it in play at the 42-yard line. So that's where the Buffaloes will put it in play. 1st and 10 for Newport on the Trojan 42. Ship has it, hands it off. Coming around this side is number 28. I think that's Yance. And he's brought down after a gain of 8. It'll be 2nd down and 2. The Ants, along with that Rusty Bentz in the backfield behind Todd Shipp, who's in again now at quarterback for Newport. Shipp hands it off to Yance, and Yance will gain maybe a yard, but not much. Joel Miller in there helping to make the stop. It looks like Jimmy Savage thinks he stole the ball, but they're not going to allow it. So it'll be put in play, and it is a 1st down. 1st down for Newport at the 32. So clock now down to 2 minutes remaining here in the ball game. Just 2 minutes remaining. And wisely, Todd Shipp taking as much time as he possibly can to get the play off in no hurry, and shows you what an experienced quarterback can think about out there. And the Shipper will drop this in back and hand it off to Yance again, and he gets back to the line of scrimmage, and that is all. Tackled in there by Cummins, among others. And timeout called by Dauphin with 1:35 left here in the ball game. And the Trojans call timeout. All right, so now we're looking at a 2nd down and 10 for Newport. Handoff is to Yance again, and Yance around the right side, and he gets maybe a yard or so, but there is a flag back here. And the flag would be against Newport. It would be illegal motion on the Buffaloes. They shifted illegally that time. And we've got a second down coming up here, as the Trojans will decline the penalty and bring up a third down and 8. Third down and 8 now, looking at Newport. Clock down 1:28, and the clock is going to be set in motion. So this will be about 2 or 3 plays now will be left. As you can see, they not exactly hustling up to the line of scrimmage, which is pretty smart for the Newport Buffaloes, as they see the time melting on down here now, 1:10 and 8, and so forth. Handoff, and this time cutting it up the middle goes that number 28, or 20, is it? It's either Yance or... I think that was Yance again, wasn't it? Yeah, he has played one heck of a ball game for Newport tonight. Nice ball game for that Kramer. That time they said Kramer, but it looked more like Yance to me, but not sure. Was it 28? He's still wandering around here. Yeah, that's number 28, Kramer, I guess. Or Yance, rather. At any rate, measurement on the play. Measurement proves that it is indeed a first down for Newport, and that'll kill it for UD as they'll use their last time out. But the only thing the Trojans can hope for now is a fumble on the next play, because the clock is down to 51 seconds, and Newport will gain its 6th victory in 8 tries, which is pretty darn good for this Newport ball club. And the Trojans, on the other hand, will lose their 6th in 8 tries and go to 2-6. The news is not good for UD, as next week they face those high-powered Tri-Valley Bulldogs over at Tri-Valley, and the Bulldogs tonight defeating Williams Valley, for those who care about that kind of stuff. But nevertheless, so the Trojans will definitely have their hands full over at Higgins next Friday night. But you never know. We'll see what happens as the final play or 2 now unfolding, maybe 1, and then they can probably sit on, depending on how long this play takes. And they're going to sit on this, as a matter of fact, because the Trojans cannot stop the clock. So he goes down on one knee with 44 seconds remaining now, and they will have to either take a penalty or run one more play anyway, because you can't hold the ball for 44 seconds, that's for sure. So they're not going to be in a hurry. They'll go up there and kneel on another one, I believe. They're rushing up to the line now. Looks like the tape is in slow motion. That's not true. It's the team that's in slow motion. Okay. 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, and so forth. And Todd will just kneel on this one, and that'll do it once again. And so we congratulate the Newport Buffaloes on a fine ball game here tonight against UDA Trojans. And the Trojans will again take this one on the nose. They made a game out of it late in the ball game, as they were able to score 3 touchdowns here in the fourth period, I believe it was. But it was too little too late for UD tonight. So congratulations this time go to those Newport Buffaloes, and we'll pick them up again next week over at Tri-Valley. So good night. And again, the final score tonight here at UDA is Newport 40 and the UDA Trojans 25.